Guys, no. Absolutely not. Not again. It has been a month, basically a month, since free agency has come and gone. Most of the key players all gone. We know LeBron is a Laker. They've been talking. We heard multiple reports. LeBron's going to go to the Mavs. Or he's going to go to the Cavs. But he's going to go to the Mavs. It ain't happened. You know why it ain't happened? Because they don't want his ass. But if we get serious with this whole conversation, Colin Cowherd called himself criticizing LeBron for not taking a pay cut. And if LeBron's life was about winning championships, he should have took a pay cut. And for everybody who's finna hit the comment section, nah, bro, get your bag. It's all about your money. Look, I'm not into telling anybody what to do with their cash flow. If the Lakers are dumb enough to hand you that much money, then go ahead and take it. It is what it is. The real people you should be blaming, on top of LeBron being greedy, is LA. This just shows that LeBron has never cared about winning the way that he says he has. He more just cares about changing the narrative and manipulating people into thinking he's the GOAT when he's really not. That's all this proves. That's all this proves. For everybody who criticizes, well, he should have took a pay cut, I've already done previous videos explaining why most of the players that we have in our top 10, most of the players that we call all-time greats, have taken pay cuts to win championships. LeBron is 40, about to be 41 years old. When Tim Duncan was like 36, he took a massive pay cut. Massive. And then proceeded to beat the dog shit out of LeBron James and the Miami Heat. But he did that to fill out his roster. If LeBron cared about winning, he would have done it. No skin off my back. It is what it is. From all reports showing, this will be his last year in LA. It may not be his last year in the league, but it damn sure sounds like it's his last year in LA, and that makes me very happy. Soon he will be gone. All of this problems, toxicity, and chaos will go with him. And we will see what this new ownership can bring to the table. That being said, Colin Cowherd calls himself criticizing LeBron. Okay. We're going to let him talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
That LeBron James, and we talked about it on this show, was looking at Dallas as a landing spot. We've talked about this. Great front line. Here comes Cooper Flagg. Better coach. And, let's be honest. If he went to Dallas, he would be the centerpiece. Even though he's older, LeBron in Dallas, every time he goes to a new team for 2 years, it's like, wow. Whereas in L.A., it's like Luka's team, and everybody knows it, new owners. It kind of feels like, nothing against LeBron, but he's not the future. But this is interesting. This is really interesting. So The Athletic does report. We've been saying this now. I have been saying this for 3 to 4 weeks. Dallas is a better place to go. I mean, I get Cooper Flagg or Austin Reeves. I get AD or DeAndre Ayton.
Absolutely. And the reason why it would be a better place to go for LeBron is because, in my opinion, Dallas is already ready and set to win a freaking championship. They are loaded with role players. They have a few draft picks. They have Kyrie Irving, who should be coming back in January. Might be a little bit later. If he gets too late, then pencil him in for next year. Bar an injury, you have a top 5 player and Anthony Davis. You have 2 big-ass athletic centers, Daniel Gafford, Lively. You have a lot of pieces that you could make a massive trade for, by the way. And then you have your centerpiece in Cooper Flagg, who honestly his first year should be giving you 20 points. Unless all the OGs are, hogging all the shots. So you really have a really loaded team. LeBron gets to sit there, look pretty, basically walk his way through an easy-ass ring. His fans get to say, wow, he has 5. Look, he's close to Jordan. If they did win, because I still would pick the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they'll say, wow, he's close to Jordan, so on and so forth, when he really didn't do anything. Another meaningless ring for a meaningless player. That's all it will be. But when you look at it from the standpoint of what he's talking about, they're more rounded built. Now the Lakers, on the other hand, have the better player out of all this entire conversation than Luka Doncic. He's clearly the best player inside of this whole conversation. Then you have Austin Reeves, then you have Rui Hachimura, now you have DeAndre Ayton, and now you have Marcus Smart. The defense is there. The only thing that's going to ruin this team is LeBron. I really actually hope and would actually wish that the Lakers did trade him to the Mavs because we would get to get a lot of pieces from them. We could probably get Lively. You can get Klay Thompson, who I didn't even mention. PJ Washington got to come in that deal, and then probably like a pick or two. And to be honest with you, it really sounds like the Lakers' grandmaster plan, right? If I want to put you on game real quick, their grandmaster plan is basically to sign Giannis. Or maybe Jokic, but Giannis in 2027. That's 2 years from now. Now, there's a reason why Giannis didn't sit here and ask for a trade this summer. You want to know why? It's not because he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee. It's because any team, when you look at it, and I hope his agents, it seemed like they sat down and talked to him and talked reason into him. Don't be like Kevin Durant, bro. Any team that trades for you is going to have to gut their entire roster full of picks, assets. By the time you get over there, it will just be you. You might as well stay and be a hometown hero if you go do some bullshit like that. And that's what it seems like his agent has already told him. No point in leaving now. Next year, they will have to give up a little bit less. But a lot of teams, knowing that this might happen, can spend the next year building and grabbing assets. That way, if Giannis next year, right, says, you know what, trade me or I'm going to leave in 2027, and the Lakers make a trade like this, because you have to realize the Lakers are going to get nothing for LeBron anyway. At the end of this contract, he's just going to walk away. That would be it. Either he'll retire or he'll go sign somewhere else. If someone else wants to take that load and luggage. But anyway, he'll just sign somewhere else. If you get assets for LeBron, all these pieces you getting back, the Klay Thompson, the PJ, all that, right when Giannis says he's ready to get traded, you can go ahead and now have the assets to trade for Giannis, give up a few picks, right? And then still have a lot of talent sitting on the back end for Giannis to play with. It won't just be Giannis and Luka. It'll be Giannis, Luka, Austin Reeves, PJ Washington, whoever else decides to get kept in the deal. And then, the Lakers might still have a few draft picks if luck have it. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, and I'm not trying to be delusional in this conversation. I don't even know if the Lakers will actually get Giannis. But Giannis knows he's in a bind. He's going to have to wait 2 years out. So is Jokic. Like, why give up the farm? If your goal is winning, don't get traded. That's one thing I can say LeBron has done throughout his career that actually has been smart. Don't get traded. Don't let everybody give up everything for you. Because then who you going to have to play with? And with this new CBA, it makes it impossible anyway.
But LeBron wasn't willing, and this is what killed it, according to John Hollinger. He wasn't willing to leave $52 million on the table for a mid-level exemption. So now think about that. LeBron's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. And my take is with LeBron, Rich Paul told us it was all about winning. It's not anymore. I think Michael Jordan's still in his head. He knows in the basketball.
Look, man, I don't spend my time counting on LeBron's pockets. They've been telling us for a couple of years that he's a billionaire. And to be honest with you, I've always thought it was bullshit. Because although that may be correct as far as his net worth is concerned, he's probably made $1 billion in the league, endorsement deals. 50% of that is always getting taken away from taxes. If anything, he's probably worth like $500 million, and he's been in the league for over 20 years. How much of that has he actually spent just on himself? On himself, on his family, on excursions. I mean, I know he has businesses and, capital in other places. I don't think LeBron's worth $1 billion. You can probably pull out all of that stuff, hand it to a bank, say it's there, but it's not really there. Like how people do with stocks and shit, but I don't think he has $1 billion. I think that's kind of ridiculous. And now the sad thing about it is even if he did, if he's looking to buy an NBA team, which is why they say keeps telling you this stuff, his portfolio is kind of looking small. If this was 10 years ago, $1 billion could have got him a team. But the Lakers just sold for $10 billion. And every other team, the Celtics for $6 billion. Every other team that's been sold over the last couple of years, they're going for $5 billion and higher. He won't even be a majority stake owner with $1 billion. So Yeah, it just sounds like it's like a day late and a dollar short is basically the term that I like to use. But with that being said, why did anybody really think LeBron James was going to take a pay cut? Like you thought LeBron James was going to uh, be nice to, first of all, be generous to the team and have the team build a quality roster around him while he makes less money. LeBron doesn't care about winning. We've been known that. He just likes to make it seem like he does. And I heard Nick Wright say this. LeBron could have only taken a vet minimum anywhere else or so on and so forth, or even with LA. That's BS. Nick Wright is a pathological liar. He was trying to say that LeBron couldn't have got his money, but the reason why it was such a problem that he opted in is because it literally gave the Lakers no other options because now their salary cap is filled. LeBron always signs a 2+1 or something similar to that, so that it gives a team that he's on the opportunity to make moves. If you guys don't know, there's this thing called bird rights. Basically, you can go over the cap for your own player if you have his bird rights. When they opt in, you can't do that anymore. So Nick Wright was lying. He keeps coming out, and if you've seen First Take, he just keeps I mean, not First Take, First Things First. He keeps coming out. He keeps trying to tell people that LeBron can only get like a piss poor contract. No, he could have still signed for 25, 30, 40 million, somewhere around there if he would have opted out. But the truth of the matter is the reason why he didn't do that is because the Lakers don't want him. They don't want him. They're done. They wish he would have opted out. If he would have done that, they would have said, good riddance. We have a vet minimum for you, or you can go somewhere else. And then you would have saw breaking news, LeBron signs with some other team that first week in the NBA. They didn't want him. He knew that. But I'm going to explain this to you guys real quick with, that being out the way. This is the real reason why LeBron James basically decided to opt into this massive contract. Read it. LeBron James' massive Beverly Hills mansion is well underway after demolishing the original property. Let me explain something to you guys. And this is why LeBron James has not retired, right? He decided a year ago or so that he wanted to buy a massive property in the richest place in the world, basically Beverly Hills. Okay? The massive project on 2.5 prime acres in 5 years in the making. It's taken over 5 years. He's been spending the last 5 years building this, guys. Building this. He tore down the old property, which was already a glorious looking estate, to build his own. Look, the 4-bedroom abode star-studded history stretch back for even further. It was previously leased by American Business Management. No, not right there. James ultimately paid $36.75 million for the Mediterranean-inspired home in September of 2020. In 2020, he paid $36.7 million so that he could fund this project. Remember? I just want to remind y'all, remember they kept telling us, LeBron is going to LA to play with the Lakers for personal reasons. He came to LA in the summer of 2018. He started playing for the team in the 2019 season. And then the next year, he bought this big ass mansion, raised up to 1,300 square feet structure. And he's finna put like another, if I remember correctly, like $80 million into this shit. So basically, what I'm trying to explain to you guys is this man, it's not that he's in debt. I don't want to say he's in debt. But the word that I'm looking for is that this man has a big ass project that he's working on right now. That's taking up all his funds. He's trying to make this money back by signing these big ass contracts. He's trying to make this money back. And let's be honest, you would too. You would too. Let's be honest. Like if you was in our position, I wouldn't want to use the money that I already have. I would use the money that my future assets that I have coming in. You feel me? So all of that talk, all of the rip raff about LeBron James and what's going on with him. This man's building a mansion. He finna spend like $80 billion. Already done spent probably 40 plus. It's gonna take forever to build because this is what these rich egotistical assholes like to do. It's what it is. He wants it in the best place in the world, basically, and it is what it is, bro. If you thought, and the only reason I'm bringing this up, and I'm gonna leave it here, but I'm bringing this up because over the last 2 or 3 years, they kept talking about LeBron taking a pay cut. LeBron gonna take a pay cut if the Lakers could build. Oh, he cares so much about winning. If they and he wants to take a pay cut if the Lakers have legitimate chance of getting somebody. Every single time he knew the Lakers didn't have a chance at getting somebody. Klay Thompson, I think, was available, right? Just in recent futures. And so he could say, well, they didn't get anybody. I'm going to take my max. It was all lies. It was all a setup. He was never going to do that because he doesn't care about winning no damn championship. He's not going to retire until this is done. He wants to build this mansion off of current NBA dough. And then when that's done, he's going to want to retire into his new home. Not his Brentwood estate, this new home. So let's stop the nonsense and the lies. Bron ain't going nowhere, man. That being said, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about LeBron. Should he have taken a pay cut? Should he not have? Do you even really care? Do you really think LeBron was going to be unselfish and sacrifice for the team? I'm up out of here.